Hi everybody. Suffering with mental health problems, you just as well say, well, I would explain it in a way that the mind is suffering, which goes to your feelings and your emotions, how it affects your feelings and emotions, how it affects you inwardly. Now, the importance is, now at first I should say, at first I can imagine it can be quite tough, feeling negative toward inwardly, how it affects you, depending on what illness you've actually got and the healing process and how long it takes to heal. Everybody's different in their healing on how long it would take them, like with their recovery. Your recovery is your own journey, and when I say your own journey, is all about what you do as an individual to help with it, improving how you're feeling, getting to that better place of where you want to get to in your recovery. It's all about what you do to help with it. Now, let's just say if you didn't do nothing much to help with it, it would probably delay the healing of it, delay how you're feeling. It may even you probably just feel worse or just feel the same. But by doing positive things to help with it, to improve it, is very important. Having some things in place to improve your mental health and to improve the healing process of it, like your journey. The importance is having support networks in place. And when I say that, for like talking fair, if you needed to talk to someone, outlet, expressing how you're feeling is very important, to express it, to outlet it. Now that in itself has to come from that person that is suffering. Nobody can do it for them. People, we can support and encourage, but it has to come from the individual alongside with other things that can help to improve it. It has to come from that individual that is suffering with mental health problems, and that's the reality of it. It may seem tough just saying it. It's easier said than done, of course, but the reality of it is, if you want to improve it and get out of like how you're feeling and get to that better place, the importance is to have things in place that's going to help, that eventually is going to help and improve it, positive things. But it's all about what works for you as the individual, as a person, because not every, it might work for one person what you might do, somebody else might not, it might not benefit somebody else. It's all about what you want to do to improve it, positive, putting away from the inner, because that's what happens normally. You get drawn to your inner, like focusing on your feelings and emotions, your thoughts, and by having things in place, you can focus away from that, focus away from the negative, what is going on, focus away from the illness, because constantly focusing towards the illness like stirs a bit of added on top, like fear, like putting away. It's like learning to put away as well from the added on top, like the fear that sets in, learning to cope with fear around it, learning to cope with the anger that may create it, the blame. There's few things that may add on top, the added layer on top, learning to focus away from that, learning to accepting what is going on. Now that is a big thing, accepting what is going on with your feelings and emotions, actually accepting your illness. But it's a big step, because when you learn to accept, you can move forward and it will help with your recovery. So there's many things that in play that you have to do to create, like, to improve your mental health problems. You know, it's like having a job. It may be tough at first, but it will get easier as as you carry on and persevere with having coping strategies in place that you would do yourself. The more you do it, the more benefit you will get from it. And that is the thing, is having the patience there. It's very important, having that patience there and having the perseverance there to actually do it, like the motivation, because sometimes you may lack in motivation. That's a big thing, because once you start to lack in motivation, everything else goes out the window, and then that creates more of a problem. So it's building on motivation, building on things that you're having problems with, like with your illness. Like I said, everybody is different and how it affects them. It could be your motivation that's stepping in your way, so building on that. It could be, and then your confidence. But with doing things along the line, like coping strategies, you tend to, that goes to your confidence. Because the reason why I say that is you start to feel a bit more confident within yourself once you see the things that you do to help improve your mental health. It goes towards your confidence. You start to feel a bit more confident. You start to put away from that negative that you may be feeling and start to feel positive within yourself. So it's very important to have those things in place, whatever is like that, whatever you like is like with your illness, whatever problems you're getting with it. Could be your thoughts as well. Focusing away, learning to focus away from the thoughts, not pushing them, like coping with those thoughts. Learning and understanding that those thoughts that you may be experiencing, like the ones that try to draw you in, and the believable thoughts, is learning to accept that they're just thoughts. You don't have to believe everything your mind tells you. They're just thoughts. Letting them arise and pass. That is a big thing. Learning that. It's like being mindful around it. Learning to be mindful around it. Letting those thoughts arise and pass. Because if you're blocking it, the instant block there, it's like pushing it. It's like you're pushing those thoughts away, and then they just keep coming back. It's learning to, like I said, letting them arise and pass. And with doing things in place, focusing on positive coping things in place can help with that. So the video was about as well, like getting to that, improving your mental health really, and getting to that better place, because it can only but get better if you've got things in place to improve your mental health. It can only get better, and you can get to that better place, that healthy place that you want to get to. And it's most important as well is having things that you enjoy doing, that you want to do. That helps a great deal as well, because it'll help you to persevere with it, persevere with coping with your illness. You know, you may have your ups and down days, but if you've got things in place, it will help you with that. It will help you get through it and get to that better place. Like I said, it doesn't have to be like it is at the start of when you've got that illness at the start. The mind is suffering. Just think of trauma. It's like trauma there. Just think of it like that. But that trauma, it can heal, but you have to do things to improve it and to let it heal. Let it heal naturally. Let it heal naturally, and you will feel the benefit from it. And you will get to that better place that you want to get to. So if there's anybody out there watching this video that is in that predicament of that, just try small steps, try coping strategies, and it will get better. It will get easier as time goes on, and you will start to feel the benefit from it, the positives. You will get drawn to those positives rather than the negatives, and you will create a new habit of doing that, and you will get to that better place of where you want to get to. Like I said, anything's possible. Just because people, you may be suffering out there with mental health problems, you can live a near normal life and recover in your journey. You can recover from your mental health problems and live a near normal life. Some people have recovered fully from mental health problems, so there is hope out there with mental health problems, and you can get, like I said, you can get to that better place, improve your mental health and get to that better place, to where you want to get to. It's very important. Just be patient and you will get there. So I'm going to end the video there. Please share this video because it's very important, mental health. Like I said, there could be somebody out there that is in a predicament with their mental health, just starting out with their mental health and not knowing what to do. It's just taking them first steps, small steps, and easing into it and being patient there, and you will, like I said, get to where you want to get to. So please share this video and don't forget to give us a like.